Hello and welcome to Book Review Wednesday. My name is Racqy Maina Onyando, and on Wednesdays, as we began, we will be reviewing books that I believe you should be reading, okay? Books that you should share with your family, because we also want to build a reading culture. All right, if you have not participated in our book review Wednesday, please check on the links below. We did a video where we looked at two books, and this week we shall be looking at two other books. Now, the books I will be reviewing today are very interesting. I want to say these are books that we should all read, okay? Especially one of the book I know has been recommended highly in corporate world, in education institutions, and also most coaches will easily recommend this book. So from what we did in the previous video, some people have asked me, how do I build a reading culture? And every time I start reading, either I fall asleep, I get bored. Where do I begin? So the book I'm going to review first is a very interesting book. It's a short story book, okay, and it actually just has around 93 pages, and of importance is that over 28 million copies have been sold worldwide. So this is a highly read book. It is very interesting because it's given in the form of a parable, and we are using the author has even used a metaphor to represent what it is that we want in life. So what book am I talking about? I know some of us already know which book I'm talking about. Yes, the book I'm talking about is Who Moved My Cheese. Yes, you see, this is the book I am talking about, Who Moved My Cheese, by Dr. Spencer Johnson, okay, which has sold over 28 million copies. I love this book because the story is interesting. It is a book that you can read in one sitting. You just need to sit purpose to read this book. The story is enjoyable and you can do that, okay? And I urge you to read this book, first of all, just to understand, to get the story. What is the story about? Who are the characters? What are they talking about? And possibly to try to answer the question, who moved my cheese? Okay, so what is this book about? Now, the Daily Telegraph, okay, has said it is one of the most successful books ever. Can you imagine successful business books ever? Okay, and my take is this: it is not just a business success, it is life success, it is mind success. If you want to change your mindset or challenge that which you hold as true, this is a very good book to read, okay? Now, why do I recommend this book? I said it is a storybook, okay, with a hidden meaning. Like I said, we have the metaphor where cheese is the metaphor, okay? This is a very good book to start. So the story is about four characters, okay, who are living in a maze, and they get into this maze to go and look for cheese to nourish them. So I don't know what maze is to you. Is it your life? Is it your relationship? Is it your place of work? Is it your dreams? Okay, and once you find that which you're looking for, cheese, okay, what do? Are you like two of the characters who hang their boots away and they're like, we have found what we were looking for, let's settle down and eat? I found it very interesting because even the author said they moved their families closer, okay, to where the cheese is. And they wake up every morning to go to the maze. They sit down and eat. They even show off to their friends that they have found, this source of a cheese. But the other two friends, interestingly, yes, they are there partaking the cheese, enjoying it. But one thing that is significant is that whilst their friends hang their boots, to communicate, they are now at a place what they've been looking for. These other two guys just hang their boots around their necks, meaning they believe this is not it. They still more, and this can come to an end. So every time they eat, before they leave, they ask themselves, is this it? Is something happening? Okay, is something happening to the cheese? All right, so this is the book, and I have an offer for you. Yes, I have an offer for my subscribers. If you are looking to get back to reading, or you've not been reading but you want to inculcate in yourself and maybe your loved ones the culture of reading, comment in the chat box below and tell me you would like me to gift you this book, okay? And I will ensure that you get this book. However, you must also commit to review the book after reading, okay? If you are ready to partake the challenge, comment below and let me know. Now, before I move on to the next book that we are reviewing today, kindly subscribe to my channel below, okay? And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this Wednesday book review. Are there books you would like us to review? Do you have anything you can advise us to make it even more interesting, okay, so that we can inculcate the culture of reading? Thank you. So the next book we shall be looking at, okay, is also a very interesting book, and I will confess I've read many books. I have read books, but I had not read this book. This was recommended to me by the owner of the bookshop where I buy my books, and he asked me, have you read this book? He listed for me 4 books, and we shall be reviewing them in the next videos. But then he asked me, have you read The Little Prince? I said, what? I said, no, I have not read that book. He said, you need to get that book. I asked him, do you have it? He said, yes, we have the book. He showed me the book, and I looked at the book. I was amazed, okay? The book is The Little Prince. So my question to you is, have you read this book? If you have read this book and not feeling like I felt when it was recommended to me, please put a comment below. Let me know when you read this book. Who recommended the book to you, if you can remember, and what do you think about it, okay? Now, what caught my eye is this fact right here. I'm going to read for you. This book has been translated into 180 languages. I learned it has been translated into Swahili. So I am throwing the challenge to you. Who has the Swahili version? I would love to read the Swahili version, okay? And more than that, this book has sold, okay, 80 million copies. 80 million. So you can imagine how perplexed I was that I had never read this book. I loved the book. I read it again in one sitting. It's a very simple book to read, interesting, very captivating story, okay? It has 106 pages. Now, this book, I recommend you don't read it by yourself, okay? If you have children around you, please encourage them to read this book. If you have children, let them read this book. I'm talking of children even 8 years. They will understand this story, okay? But the most interesting thing, the thoughts behind this story are so profound. But you need to read it, yeah, to decipher that for yourself, okay? I love the ease of the language, okay? Like chapter 1 says, one day, when I was 6, I saw a wonderful picture. It was in a book of primeval forests called True Stories, and it showed a boa constrictor about to swallow a big cat. This is a copy of the picture, and there is the picture. Get what I'm talking about? So it has illustrations, okay, that will make it very easy for children, okay, to enjoy. The language is interesting too and simple to understand. So this is a book that I recommend for beginners, for children, and especially for adults, because therein there is a message for each and every one of us. And I would like us to discuss further, okay? So the two books we have reviewed today are Who Moved My Cheese, okay, which is available in bookstores around you and near you, and The Little Prince, okay? The Little Prince and Who Moved My Cheese. Now, The Little Prince, I noticed I had not said, it is by Antoine de Saint-Exupery, okay? It's the original copy was done in French, and all these are translations, all right? Okay, so please read these books and be on the lookout for next Wednesday when we shall be doing our book review. If there is a book you would like us to review, kindly let me know in the comments below. If you would also like to review some books and share in our channel, reach out to me. We can do that together. And for all those who are wondering what are the other books, we reviewed, please check the next video. I believe it is the next video. It will show you what we looked at. I look forward to sharing with you more books, and more so to hearing what do you think about books. Do you think it is important that we inculcate the culture of reading? Okay, I once had a saying, I may not quote it verbatim because I don't remember who said it. They said, those who read the books, okay, those who read books actually travel, okay, they travel in between the pages of the books. But those who don't read books, they hardly travel, so they do not know what is happening in the world around them. I encourage each and one of us to be a reader. Let me know what you are reading, and be on the lookout for what books we review next on the Wednesday book review day. Thank you. My name is Racqy Maina Onyando, your financial coach.